back to D4 bad. We have, or they have, a new system that they released, Gauntlet, which is like leaderboard style thing, which is something that people have been anticipating since the start of the game, and they've been, outlined it pretty much from the get-go that it's going to be something they'll do in like season 3, some shit like that. Man, it got delayed, whatever. It finally came out. It's a pretty lackluster system from what we've seen so far. Now, I would show you footage of it. I don't play it at the moment. I started this season, just played a little bit. Like, I don't know.
Don't even gonna try. You're not gonna try it, bro. You're just gonna say, I looked at it for 2 seconds and it's bad, bro. Based.
Few days and then stopped. I don't have a high level character. I'm not going to download a patch or some shit, and I'm not going to steal someone else's footage, so I'll save you the pain and I'll just let you watch my latest character on Last Epoch that I've been putting together, which is a mage doing fireball and with meteor procs and using some sort of flame thing, and it's been a lot of fun to put together. So we'll watch that while I rant about this. Either way, so what's happening with the D4 Gauntlet thing is not good stuff. Basically, it's a very rehashed system. It is just plain and simply challenge rifts from D3, but like worse, potentially. So people wanted these leaderboards, or some kind of leaderboard, something to compete against with people, and what they got was what was a D3 challenge rift from 5 to 10 years ago or something.
Just then you gotta loop it, bro, and go over and over again. It's the most unreplayable, bitch, boring. Who fucking tested that shit and was like, yo, this is gonna be good? Literally, who at the fucking studio? How are they making these terrible decisions? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
A stock standard layout of a dungeon that doesn't change for a week. People can compete in it. Just trying to get the most points by clearing monsters the fastest. You click a bunch of shrines / pylons and you get more powerful, and then you reset some mobs and then you just collect more points. It's like, I don't know, 8 minutes or something like that. And one run is probably all you'll ever need from what I've seen from some streamers and some content. Yep, that's pretty much all it takes to get a feel for all you'll ever need for that thing. And the name of the game, or the lack of the name of the game for me, is innovation. Once again, when I first talked about D4, when I first looked at D4, I felt that there was a distinct lack of innovation. And this, once again, goes ahead with that.
There it is.
There just isn't any attempt at trying to bring us the next big thing. It's just bringing you a thing that exists or has existed, and maybe a different version of that, but like a lot of the times worse, and then it'll catch up. Yeah, I don't know how to even... Like I said, when D4 first came out, it felt like a game...
If they had literally just made Greater Rifts, like, I mean, this would have been trash, by the way, and just put... And then the Greater Rifts just put a proper leaderboard in with various filters, right? That would be at least somewhat okay and replayable. But they just didn't even do that. They made a downgraded, shittier, more boring, less replayable version, and then made a fucking leaderboard around that. And it's like, I don't know who the fuck is testing that and saying, yeah, this is a good idea. Like, they should have just, I mean, bro, just pick any league from PoE and copy it, and you've got an instantly better mechanic.
That was already solved. We got it as a beta. And for the first 20 levels, you got to play it, and you pretty much saw the game and everything it would have had, and that was pretty much it for the whole game. Because there isn't much depth to it, there isn't much new stuff, there isn't much innovation. It's what you saw from D3, it's what you're going to see now, and it was a very safe play, I feel. So my understanding of this is, I think they tried to put out the next Diablo, which was going to sell the most because it was going to be a safe play that looked like another game that people go, yep, more Diablo, I'm going to buy that. And then once they did that, they went, okay, now tell us how we can make this game cooler and better, because since then they have been trying to do that. They've been like, yep, give us feedback, yep, you like that, you don't like that, we'll try and put that in, we'll try and make this better. And it turns out they need an itemization rework, which is something that's happening next season, which I would not hold your breath for. But
I'm holding my breath for it, Methel. it's probably gonna be dog shit. But it's gonna. I think they have a chance. They have I think I'm hoping. I expect nothing less than a full itemization rework. And I think it's gonna be. I mean, I'm hoping it's gonna be a lot more compelling and fun to gear up a character. You know what I'm saying? You never know, chat. You gotta believe. They're not gonna make it worse. There's no way they make it worse. They said dude, you can instantly make it better by removing all that conditional bullshit. Guess what? They said that they're gonna remove that conditional bullshit. We at least know they're gonna remove a bunch of that. Like do more damage when you're outside and you've got your hand on your crotch and you're looking to the left on a fucking Tuesday, as long as the full moon is out. They're removing all that. They're removing that.
It seems like they started from the point of let's sell as many copies as possible and then let's try and make a game, and it just isn't something that can happen, I don't think. People, when D4 first came out, said it's got a good foundation, like it's got a good core. Because it was shiny, had good polish, and played rather well. Unfortunately, that's just not how the foundation worked out, because you can't really change the game after that point, the way the systems are in place, because the systems themselves are pretty bad. Whereas this game, Last Epoch,
Terrible.
After having tried
Terrible
it, I think this game has an actual good foundation. It just could use some polish and some better play here or there, and fixing up of some bugs.
The core fundamentals of Last Epoch are like some of the best I've seen in game design. Truly. Whereas D4 is like a hollowed out husk of a game, like a soulless game. Whereas Last Epoch is like, it's got the soul, bro. It's got the soul, but it's a fucking baby. Okay, and it needs more fucking nourishment to grow.
No, but it's actual systems and it's
whereas like what D4 is like an unholy fucking monolithic monstrosity demon put together by fucking they've stitched all parts of fucking dead games and dead dreams into one big horrific fucking structure, which is Diablo 4. Okay, and not in the good kind of horrific as well. I'm talking about the bad, like soulless trash where they're just trying to take your money. Okay. And get milk every last fucking cent out of their remaining fan base.
Lion's foundation is good. You can build upon this, and you can make a bigger, better game. So that's the whole difference. This game tried to innovate, whereas D4 did not. So this game looked at past games, Path of Exile, Diablos, whatever it is, and took the systems and tried to bring their own light to it, tried to bring their own version of those things that were good, things that worked. They looked at things that worked. You can actually see it in this game in plenty of cases. They took stuff from Path of Exile, saw, yep, that works really well, but it could be even better, or we could do it completely different. And that's what the innovating of the ARPG should be, and I hope will be in the future. If you were just looking at PoE and then D4, which a lot of us would have, you would think there's not much room for innovation anymore. You're like, okay, well, that's kind of what just happened, D4. And I guess we'll just wait for PoE 2 and hopefully they can bring something else to the table. But no, it turns out you can still do a lot with skills, with crafting, with gameplay.
They tried to do MMO shit with the ARPG shit. But then it's just like a dead fucking world, and then the netcode is shit, and the PvP is bad, and it's just kind of pointless being online. And then when you try and trade, it's bugged out. Just all around, it's just I don't know. They technically did try. They tried. That's the one risk they took because no one was really doing that. Like a true RPG that also is massively multiplayer online. Although, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they just took all the good parts out of what makes it more good, and then they fucking shot Diablo in the cock in a lot of ways to try and shoehorn it to be an MMO. And then, they released it like that, and it's just bad. Like, imagine how cool it would have been cool if you could. I thought it would have been cool if you could just inspect other players, right? That'd be cool. And if you could go into town and see lots of people and see their fucking gear and see what they're, do stuff, interact with them, right? I don't see anyone. When I go to town, there might be like 2 guys. If I'm lucky, bro. If I'm lucky.
There's still a lot that can
And then we get like these, and then they totally gut the open world and then spread it all out and they fucking water it down. And then we get these shitty world bosses because they don't, instead of making actual good, static, interesting, fun bosses, they're like, well, we need the MMO ones. And then they actually like end up just ruining the fucking world instead of making it cooler. I mean, yeah, D4 bad.
happen. Still a lot that you can bring to the table if you actually try by looking at past games and bring your own spin to it. So that's what the Gauntlet is. It isn't anything innovating. It is just a system that they put in place to basically quell the tide so that people don't ask for it anymore. And it also confuses me because it was released halfway through this season right now. And
Out of touch boomers.
I don't understand why that would have happened. Because this system, this Gauntlet, doesn't look very fun, doesn't look very interesting, or like it's going to add too much to the game right now. But if it was in its exact same spot right now, released at the start of a season, it would have actually at least added some kind of cool factor to it of, oh man, everyone's going to be racing to the top as they're building their character up. You get your character to level 70, maybe you want to try yourself against a Gauntlet, you get it to level 80, 85, you get some new skills, you get some new items, try it again, someone else is making a push, you try and make a push, you find a Shaco big new item, someone else finds a grandfather or something, you're competing against each other, someone's taking the lead, someone else taking the lead because of items, because of routes, whatever the fuck it is. All of a sudden that would have been way more exciting. Instead it was dumped in the middle of the season when most people that have been playing this entire time have like their perfect gear setup, and then there's just a few sweaty people that can try against each other.
I feel like the logic is probably something to do with money. It's probably like, we need to sustain our current player base as much as we can so that they keep buying new releases to the shop. We need to... That's probably what it is. It's some live service mentality dog shit where we need consistent bi-monthly releases, and if we don't, yeah, it's like our metrics are going to be down and our total sale not. There'll be some analytical data reason they did it, but then just doing totally out of touch with reality as to how fucking hype works. Because I would have been interested in doing the Gauntlet, if it had been at the start of a season, 100%. It would have been at least like, hey, it's something to do. Guess what? When I started the new season, it was like I started it, season 3 or whatever. I immediately, it's like, because they just took the campaign out. You just start, and then you're like, okay, you start doing the bounty things, and you realize 10 minutes in, oh, I just got to keep doing the same thing. This is literally the end game. Over and over and over and over, and this is my gameplay for the next, fucking whatever it is, 30 hours. Just to repeat it. It's just not fun. It's not interesting. You don't have that sense of progression. Like, oh, I'm in Act 3, I'm Act 5, Act whatever. It's just like the same shit. Except if there had been Gauntlet, hey, I'd be like, hey, we got this cool Gauntlet thing I can do once I hit level 70.
For a few rounds, and it just looks flat. So there's that.
I mean, I say cool, but like whatever. It'd be something, bro. No, I mean they are just brutalizing their game. Let's be honest. They are brutalizing the feeling of the game. They're trying to make it more convenient or make it more easy and accessible and all this bullshit. And what they're doing is just making the game just more and more dog shit. They did the same thing with Diablo 3. I don't know. It's just bad game design. It's short-sighted decisions that don't think about the long term. It's just, I don't know.
And I think the only reason they would have possibly done it right now like this is the lack of confidence in the system and trying to bring people back mid-season. Maybe that's what it is.
There's no principles.
But it could have been so much more. Like, the innovation for that, I don't understand why it's not there at all. It could have been so much more. You could add layers to it, levels. You could be more of a dungeon crawl where you go through various stages of going to deeper parts of a dungeon. Instead of being time-based, it could have been depth-based, kind of like a delve system. Things get progressively harder. And, maybe you'll be remembered as one of the heroes that went some certain depth and then your character disappears or some shit. It could be more loot-based. I don't fucking know, man. I'm not a game designer. The problem is it doesn't need to be what an old system was from 10 years ago, but worse.
Shit, it's crazy.
So I don't get why there isn't any attempt at trying to innovate there.
I get what he's saying, though.
It's reskinned bosses. It's reskinned mobs. Sometimes not even reskinned. It's mostly just like the actual mobs that have already...
Tomb Lord, He has awakened, and you must kill him. Oh, should I kill him? No, you've used the shrine. Tomb Lord is back again. You have to kill him again. Oh my goodness. Oh. And then fucking lap 5. You're like, Tomb Lord again, the 6th time. Oh.
You've been there. Tomb Lord number 5,000. So I don't understand why they don't at least try and do some bigger things. It's like they don't want to look at past examples and try and make bigger and better. They just
I haven't rewatched this.
I don't know, man. Phone it in.
When does this come out? 10
Beats me. So yeah, it's a bit of a rant about the Gauntlet, and then playing this game has reminded me a lot of things I didn't like in D4, and I just took them for what they were. I was like, yep, I mean, whatever, it's a bit annoying. Game's still kind of fun to play. It's still, satisfying in some way. But then seeing what could have been, like, I wish D4 had a lot of what this game did.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then maybe even more. And I think...
Why do you think on all my videos I'm, like, just saying, like, dude, they should have just straight up... D4 should have totally just, got inspired by fucking Last Epoch. Like the skill system is so good, so easy, so intuitive, but then it adds in so many different combinations and so much player agency and so much build diversity. And it's not like you're shoehorning into doing X, Y, and Z. You can make your own character to a certain extent. It's more limiting, but then that's fine. It's still way better than this dog shit pseudo set bonus D4 fucking bad. One skill fucking rune. Oh, I've got the fucking... My skill does 5% extra damage for 3 seconds after attacking. Or the fucking 2% extra crit per point. Like, dude, it's like, holy fuck. What the fuck were they thinking?
It would have been a game that could damn near dethrone PoE for me. Because I love the Diablo series. I love Angels, Demons, and stuff. And I love learning a whole new ARPG. Unfortunately, I won't get to do that in almost anything other than PoE 2, I imagine. This game is currently kind of limited in its depth because it's still fairly new. It's still being built upon. I'm still finding it very fun and learning and, building my characters and skills and all that. But it will come to an end, I don't know, maybe in a week or something. And then I'll come back at some other time when they've got more to it. And eventually, I suspect they'll have lots more, and it will be a true competitor for me. But at the moment, it's just going to be, a playthrough or two.
I want to see his Last Epoch review. I want to hear what Matha1 thinks. He must, what does he think about the fucking bosses in Last Epoch? I'm really interested to hear what he would think about it. Like, what does he compare, like... I mean, he's like, seriously. Does he have a video? Oh.
Completely changes what it has done and what it can do and what it will be doing. Unlikely is going to be bringing me back... for any real duration, maybe just to test a new system or some shit. But it just disappoints me. Like this whole video is just a rant about basically being disappointed in what could have been, because there's just no risk taking in that.
But Matthew, I don't think it could have been. That's the thing. I don't think it could have been. I think that they're too big to succeed at this point. There's too many fucking bozos and suits. Fucking saying has to be this, has to be that. They got to make it. It's got to be accessible. It's got to do all this fucking trash. No, we can't do that. It needs to be easy. And they like, no, that's too complicated. That doesn't work. And then you end up with a super bland, watered down, fucking AAA current year dog shit slop. That's what you end up with. It's a fucking. Let's be honest. It's a console game made for nobody. It's like made for a group of people that don't even exist. They like treat the players like they're actually fucking brain dead, and they cannot even function in real life at all. They have no ability to come up with anything, and they're like, we just need to make it as fucking literal brain dead and retarded as possible, because everyone who plays this game is fucking straight up, got some sort of mental impediment, which is just not the case. You look at where PoE stole their systems from. A console game, Final Fantasy, fucking from 20 years ago or some shit. Okay? People can handle it. All right? But that's not what they think. That's not what they think. And that's why AAA game companies en masse are currently fucking taking massive L's. Okay? Because people are waking up and realize, wait, this game is fucking dog shit. and I could just play this other game, which is like fucking half the price. It's 10 times more engaging, and it's just fucking better, right? It's just fucking straight up better.
Like building of that game, and there's just no reward because of it. The crafting system is another thing that pissed me off after doing this crafting system. Looking back at that one,
Yep.
It's an insult to call what D4 has as a crafting
not
system.
crafting.
You find an item, you take it to the vendor or the smith or whatever, and you press upgrade 5 times. You just take away your mats for a slightly more powerful item. This one, you have choices, you are immediately engaging with it, you are making more powerful items. There's also, part of what a crafting system needs to be is risk and reward. You either win sometimes, you lose sometimes. You get big results, you get not big results. That's what makes things exciting.
D4 Galactic literally has better fucking player agency in terms of build design and player choice than Diablo 4. D4 Galactic has a literal better fucking passive tree than Diablo 4. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's actually like not even... it's like a $7 fucking spin-off game that they made for a fucking meme, dude.
Likewise, as a mini...
That game has one boss and it's more depth than Diablo 4. It's like... I don't even know, dude.
Map, another thing that pissed me off. I didn't even log into D4. I clicked on Datmods' stream when he was trying out the Gauntlet, and for him to see where he wanted to go next, he had to press his map button, and all of a sudden, huge map overlay, you can't see anything, and then you press your map button, and then you're basically staring at the top right where your minimap is, wondering where you go next. Whereas here, you press your little fucking overlay, boom, you keep running, you know where you're going, you take your overlay off when you just want to blast and not have to see that. I don't understand it. Okay, so I think that's about it. Didn't know what else to really say. I just wanted to rant about the Gauntlet and then the state of how I feel about D4 and what I've seen from it and how it's been going, and then compare it to my latest exhibition into another ARPG. And what that leads me to is I'm actually more excited for PoE 2 now, because I know what else there is, what else can be, and I know the leaders of the innovation in the ARPG genre, and it is GGG, and they have their previous game to build upon. They will look at other games like your Diablo, like your last
PoE 2 is going to be sick. PoE 2 is going to be sick. It's repeatedly. Like, I'll be honest, man. You compare Path of Exile to, like, fucking any other game, and you just realize how fucking good it is. And you realize how fucking base the devs are. And you just realize, and that's like, how the fuck are they going to make a game that's complete dog shit? They're not. They might make a game that's different to PoE 1. It might piss some people off, but ultimately, fundamentally, from a core design principles, PoE is going to be fucking cracked. And it's going to have loads of depth. It's going to have lots of player agency. It's going to feel like a fucking awesome RPG. I mean, yeah. If you're not hyped for PoE 2, you should fucking be. You should be. Because it's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be cracked.
They will take systems, they will try to build upon other systems, they'll try and bring new stuff, and this game is certainly a bit slower than PoE, and it felt pretty damn good to play. And PoE 2, by the looks of it, might be a bit...
If you enjoyed Last Epoch, PoE 2 is going to make Last Epoch look like a piece of fucking trash, and the fucking, like, a literal piece of shit. Have you seen the fucking bosses? Have you engaged with the monsters? Have you seen the, like, bro, have you seen just, like, even this, like, single campaign bosses in PoE 2? They are so fucking clean. They are so fucking good. I'm telling you, like, if you enjoyed Last Epoch, it's not wrong. It's a good game. It's not bad. It's just got a long way to go. It's ultra scuffed and everything. PoE 2 is like, literally, if you gave a bunch of GG devs a fuck ton of money and time to make like this best ARPG they could possibly make, right? That's what PoE 2 is, boys, and it's gonna be fucking nuts. It's like any ARPG we've ever played. It's gonna shit on that. It's gonna make PoE 1 like honestly, I've been saying this for a while, but PoE 1's gonna fucking die, bro. Straight up. That's how good PoE 2 is. PoE 1 is gonna be a fucking niche meme, kind of like classic vanilla WoW. That's what PoE 1's gonna be. Okay, compared to the fucking PoE 2. That's my prediction. Okay, watch the video and see what I say in the video, bro. You got clickbaited by the editors, bro.
Bit slower than PoE 1, but at the same time, it's going to be deep. It's going to be new. There's going to be lots of new stuff to explore, figure out, build, and I think it's going to feel pretty damn good. Part of why I want to go test this PoE 2 thing in LA right now is to kind of certify from the start of a game, if we get to play that, just how good it might feel to play at that slower pace to begin with, and whether or not it feels bad, because everyone's afraid that it kind of looks slower and worse, but I don't think it will feel any worse.
It'll be fine.
And the start of the game just, of course, is going to be a bit slower. PoE 1, the start of the game is pretty slow. So I'm going to compare it kind of to the start of PoE 1. If it feels a similar pace, if it feels a bit slower, but it still feels
Chad,
really
let me tell you.
good, then holy shit.
Bro, I've grabbed his forearms IRL and I've grabbed his arm. It's unnatural. I've never felt anyone's arms like that before. They're just rock solid.
We should be very excited for whenever it comes out. We're already pretty excited, right? But just, you know, full steam ahead excitement with no reservations. So yeah, bit of a D4 bad video, bit of a Last Epoch good, bit of a PoE 1 and 2 good video. Hopefully that was fun, did something. I don't know. I just wanted to rant, get some of that stuff off my chest.
I'm gonna upload this video.
Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
This is Mathel's video, guys. It's a fucking base one. It's a good one.
Because he is
God game.